Hi everyone, I'm Bart Hassam. I'm the 2019 World Cup winner for floral design, and I'm here in the beautiful Sunshine Coast hinterland, deep in the forest, doing some beautiful design work for the amazing company Premium Greens, who supply all of this wonderful Australian native material to the rest of the world. This is one of my most favourite materials, and it's called Didgery sticks, and it has this beautiful round reed with the beautiful brown markings all the way up. I use it a lot of times in my design work for very sculptural pieces, for very transparent pieces, and it's just the most amazing material to create these wonderful sculptures where you can really focus on the form and the structure of the material in a very fine, repetitive manner, really focusing on all of the very fine lines this beautiful material has. Its botanical name is Boloskian, but its common name is Didgery sticks, and it has that wonderful stick-like nature. It's quite firm, but it also does have the ability to be bent. It's quite malleable. It does break very easily, so you can actually create angles with the sticks. But I like it used in its very natural form, so you can see all of the different parts of the structure of the small brown casings all the way up the material. And by this way I've used it in its full length over floral foam, half wet, half dry, so that it is a little bit lighter to carry. But we've sculpted it down brick by brick to create this beautiful form, just pinning it with small hook pins of wire to keep the beautiful Didgery stick in place. So, as you can see, I've started to make some placements, some really defined placements of all of the beautiful character materials that you see that have made their way into the design. It's really important to find flowers with very strong characters when you have such a strong form as a base. So these wonderful white king proteas that sit on the side actually start in the design on this side, and they make their way across and around. They just happen to be beautifully curved, and so I'm really utilizing their shape to surround the base pyramid of the beautiful Didgery sticks. Because the structure is so square and is such a strong form, I wanted to use lots of curved lines that crisscross over the base of the material so that you really see the contrast between the straight lines and the curved lines. So that's why things like this epidendrum and the beautiful curved lines of this Dracaena marginata really emphasize the curves against the straight lines. We've got some beautiful tall, thin anthurium leaves which have a slight ripple as a nice contrast, and then other individual flowers like the beautiful arum lily, the Xanthidisha, and towards the back some beautiful pale lime green waratahs, very special to Australia. One of the other interesting pieces that I wanted to utilize today was this beautiful silver tree leucadendron, which actually doesn't come to much of a flower. It's just these beautiful glossy silver edged leaves which actually feel like velvet, and I've reduced it back so that you can just see the line of the stem, just as you see here with the Dracaena, with the protea, with the reducing of leaves from the epidendrum. And that way, when I place it in to the structure, I can utilize the curve so it still grows, looks like it grows naturally. Coming up, growing towards the sun, as all plants do. You can actually see that lovely curve against that long straight line of the Didgery sticks. It's a beautiful contrast. I have some other stems of the epidendrum. It's taking a couple of the leaves off just to once again see that beautiful line. So I have another couple of stems of this beautiful epidendrum. By bringing these materials out and up, you're actually boxing in the design. So even though it has quite a wide base, the materials fill the outer spaces and actually make it quite square, which repeats the container shape. I have one last material that I wanted to use particularly because it's also Australian native, which are these beautiful mallee pear. They are shaped like a beautiful pear shape and actually are really beautifully smooth like velvet. These are the seed pods from the plant and are dried, but have just had these beautiful forms and help to bring a little bit of interest into the design. Utilizing the longer stem. Some of the materials, if I'm just leaning them against the structure, like any of these materials like the Dracaena, I just take a small wire U-pin and place it over the top of the stem into the floral foam, and that just keeps it very delicately in place. There's no need for large amounts of tying, and that way for fresh materials it can actually just work its way down to the bottom into the pool of water at the base. Once again, just leaning the materials towards the side of the beautiful Didgery stick and a small pin of wire into the base structure to keep it in place. It's a very form-orientated piece. A lot of my competition work and exhibition work focuses on this oasis sculpture where we utilize these beautiful natural materials as we have done here with the Australian native Didgery stick. What I love is that we can photograph it here in the beautiful Sunshine Coast hinterland where it actually grows, and lovingly handpicked by Premium Greens Australia. I commend this material to you to utilize in future design work. It's a wonderful product.